Well, we see how it's reacting right now. And, you know, I was having a great day hanging out with all these fine young men and women until we started talking about the markets. And now that we're focused on that, look, the global growth scares are there. The price action in oil certainly says that a lot. Obviously, the price action in stocks. I do have to note that we've been in this period for about 5-6 weeks where we've had 3 steps forward, 3 steps back. Now we're in that sort of 2 of 3 steps back. What will next week bring? I think you're going to see that these global growth scares are a little bit overdone, that we're a little bit oversold. And certainly the incendiary remarks that you point out don't help. They don't help on a Friday where we've got 3 days now to digest that and worry about things. But ultimately, if you look at the economic activity, you look at the profit levels and their growth, there's reason to be cautiously optimistic that we'll grow from here.
So wake-up call, if nothing else, Steph, that this trade dispute, skirmish, however you want to characterize it, is not seemingly going to be solved anytime soon.
It doesn't seem like it. The G20 meeting is so important, and we're all very hopeful that something will come about. Then the reason it's problematic is because it's really having a cloud over 2019 earnings and expectations. So if nothing gets done, I'll tell you that you'll probably have to rethink about your earnings estimates for next year. I think 9-10% is what I was expecting, and if we do get another level of tariffs, you're looking at something like maybe 5% earnings growth. Not horrible, by the way, by any means, but certainly in comparison to this year of 20% earnings growth, that's a real deceleration. Now, I would argue that valuations have come down to very realistic and reasonable levels, so you can pick your spots in certain stocks and certain sectors, but it has been very challenging.
Yeah, I don't want to let these comments from Navarro go so easily either. Globalist CEOs, he says, pressuring Trump on trade, weakening him ahead of the G20. Peter Navarro only need listen to the CEOs themselves and the earnings reports. And what you're exactly speaking on is a direct impact of tariffs and what it's meant for those companies' businesses and what they've already seen on their earnings and what they worry about moving forward.
And I totally agree with you in that I listen to so many companies on earnings conference calls, and in every single industry, every single company said that they were worried about just the uncertainties that it brought and the higher cost levels. And we saw it in the margin forecasts going forward as a result. So it's real. It means a lot to these companies, and we've had a nice run in the markets over the last several years. I think this is just, it means that we're in for choppier times.
So, Joe, let's break this up into a few different segments, if you will. Oil. Okay.
Yes.
You're our oil guy.
Yes.
What in the world is going on with crude? This has been a disaster over the last
Did you laugh at that? He laughed at that, didn't he?
Just a smirk.
What's going on with oil is simple. The unfortunate circumstances surrounding what happened in Saudi Arabia, there was a response by the Saudi government to just basically open up and pump as much supply as they could put on the world markets. That supply is coming here to the U.S. They're trying to assuage President Trump's administration. I would argue that they're probably successful in that attempt. So I think it's more about supply. I would disagree with the premise that it is about a global economic slowdown.
That's out there.
And I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I still think
that much supply came on the market that fast.
It sure did. You're seeing it in the inventory numbers right now, and you're seeing the investment flows coming out of oil going into natural gas.
Would you buy any of these oil stocks?
I own them. I own them. I think it's a great geopolitical hedge. You're going to speak with the general later about what's going on in the world. I think it's a fantastic geopolitical hedge. I think it's also a great inflationary hedge.